primarily today, guys, is our Farmers Fundraiser, because I'm pretty sure the most of them start this Saturday, yeah? Being the 15th. I'm just going to pop everyone on mute because I'm going to have some fun with screen sharing here for a sec. So, it's working. There we go. All right, so guys, not sure if you've seen this. I posted this in the chat thread earlier today. It's okay if you haven't seen it yet, but what I have done, I know Louis and Jess, you're probably working on something similar to this. What I did want to come up with before we take more of Dylan's questions, Chloe's questions, Lydia's questions, of course, around your individual PT businesses is obviously our bigger Farmers Fundraiser. Now, guys, again, for those of you that I've just mentioned, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to bring some new people into your business for the sake of them not feeling like you're trying to sell them something. Not that we do that anyway, but it's just a nice way to bring people into the business to experience you, who you are, what you're about. Obviously, without that, not so much pressure, but obviously without that thought process that you're going to try and sell them something at the end of it. So, yeah, again, guys, what I've done here, obviously we've been basing this off a couple of the charity events and fundraisers we've done with other businesses before. Don't mind that, just trees dropping here. So what we have got is a checklist. Now, as I say, Jess and Louis, I dare say you've probably got some things that you're going to add to this, or maybe even take some things out of this to add to your own. Guys, it's there for you to use, abuse, and what's mine is yours and what's yours is yours. Okay, so guys, I think first things first, let's start from the top. So first things first, those who have registered in your events, make sure you follow them up, make sure that they're registered, either flick them an email, shoot them an SMS reminder, and let's make sure we get as many bums on seats with this as we can. Now, of course, the big thing that we're working on here, and I know, Louis, your crew have got the 8-week challenge coming up, but of course, the big thing that we're working on here is getting 50 participants from each centre, 50 participants from each location, paying their $20 and raising $1,000 per centre. If we do that across the 12, I know some are doing it this Saturday, some are doing it next Saturday, but guys, $1,000 for each of the 12 centres, and we've raised $12K for charity, which is a great effort. Okay, so fortune in the follow-up. Let's follow up those who have registered. Now, you'll have people that have clicked on going and interested in your events. Guys, follow them up. Shoot them a private message, ask them whether they're attending, shoot them the link to register if they haven't yet, okay? If they have, obviously, say that you look forward to seeing them, add them into your groups, invite them to like the page, and actually start to show a little bit of client care and attention from that perspective, okay? Pretty straightforward. Point number 2, continue our marketing campaign. Now, last week we talked about ramping up our Facebook Lives, and here's a few more topics or content ideas that you could cover using your Facebook Lives. Okay, so first one, it's not too late to register, not too late to be part of it. If you don't have any plans, come on down. Might be some tips for raising more sponsorship dollars. So it might be you guys jumping on live and saying that you'd love to work with more local businesses. This is what we've got coming up this Saturday or next Saturday. Here's what's on offer. Here's who we're looking to help. Obviously, we're looking to take as much sponsorship as we can. Go live from the businesses who have donated prizes, or live from the businesses who have already committed to the day. So I know some of you will be looking at including local business, or some of you have included local cafes, local businesses from the area in the day itself. Feel free to pop down, go live from them. Now, the best part about that, guys, it's a great way to continue to build that relationship. Now, for Lydia, Dylan, and Chloe, these are things that you can do from your own PT business perspective too, guys. So don't forget that. Some of these ideas here, oh, hey, stranger. Some of the ideas here as we obviously go through this today, I know that it's geared around the fundraiser, but guys, some of these ideas we do in individual PT businesses every single day of the week. Okay, it's something different. The biggest thing here that obviously I want to drive to you and I want to encourage you to do is be that little bit different with the way that you present your lives and the people that you incorporate. Okay, collaboration is far better than competition. Okay, especially from a small business perspective, where the businesses who, so particularly these guys here, the businesses who have donated prizes and the businesses that you've spoken to already, guys, they're in the same predicament as you from a business growth and in relation to the challenges that they're facing to build their own businesses. Okay, work together. Hear from a representative of the charity. I'm going to leave that one to Jess. So I know that Jess will watch the recording later, given the topic of today's chat. if we can touch base with someone there, maybe do a live interview, do a chat, that'd be great. I think the other thing too is as we get closer to Saturday, obviously go live with a schedule of the day, how the day will run, who's coming down, whether we've got some, again, the business is coming down, whether we're doing a barbecue, whether we're doing a prize giveaway or a prize draw. I know a couple of the centres or studios are doing prize draws, drawing prizes on the day. So feel free to, again, build the hype around the event with some different topics. You can use those and take those as much as you like, guys. Okay. Number 3, post a rundown of the day's events. Now, and that could be in the event itself. So I know that people, and guys, here's the thing with Facebook events, and I just want to touch on this quickly because I know it's a tool on Facebook that a lot of us use often. The thing with Facebook events is that you can invite people to an event and they might click going or interested. Now, the problem that I find with events is that once people have said yes or no, they tend to not revisit the event unless you post in it again, unless you actually draw them to the event. Now, again, Lydia, Dylan, Chloe, those of you new to, again, the PT world and building your businesses for the first time, here's something to remember if you ever did your own individual events for your PT businesses. Setting and forgetting an event doesn't work. What we need to do is set the event, but continue to nurture and post within that event. Okay, and you can post, as I say here, we're posting a rundown of the day and how the day will pan out, what time we want people to arrive, what time the fun and games are starting, what time we're going to draw prizes, maybe crossing live. Here's something really cool, Louis. This might be something you talk to Jess about. Maybe crossing live between different studio owners on the day, some from Brisbane, some from the Gold Coast, maybe you guys down in Adelaide. Might be something really cool that you can do and get a couple of cross lives going on the day. Again, something different, something good fun. Okay? But give people a rundown as to, and again, for those people that will have committed to the event, but maybe not necessarily registered or clicked going in the Facebook event, as we talked about in point number 1, follow them up, but also re-engage people by posting in that Facebook event that you've all set. Okay. Number 4, confirm your local businesses and stalls for the day. So if you've got face painting coming down, if you've invited families down, if you've got a jumping castle, if you're doing a barbecue, if you've got businesses coming down to be part of it or who want to set up a little table, things like that, by all means, confirm them. Make sure they're there at obviously a little bit earlier than kickoff on Saturday. Make sure they're set up so as people walk in, they're wowed. Okay. Confirming, number 5, confirming a representative from the charity. Now, guys, I know not everyone will have a representative from our given charity there on the day. So if you've got some special guests, if you've got an ambassador, if you've got someone that might be a name of such, might be a sporting player, might be a sporting person, might be someone from the media. I don't know who it is. Obviously, I don't know who you guys know so much. Make sure they're confirmed, and that might be someone that you do a live with during the week this week. Okay. The last point that I've got here is to encourage our members to participate on the day, even if they're not actively participating. Now, I know that probably doesn't make sense as it's written, but I did explain it. Encourage members to participate on the day, even if they're not doing the boot camp. Okay. Get them down, taking photos, running stations for you, passing tins around, and we're going to go through a few things on the day in a moment. Okay. Let's get our PLC crew down there. And as I say, great opportunity to nurture and build more of your culture and sense of community within the business. Now, I'm going to touch on this point. I'm going to expand on this point a little bit. Those of you bringing new people into your businesses on this day for the first time, here is your opportunity to create an incredible, what's the word I'm looking for? Impression. An incredible impression on them by showing them an experience and having them part of an experience that they would never have been a part of before. Okay? Big crew of people. Fun and games, high fives, butt taps, people working hard, people sweating it out, everyone dressed up. Something that some people may not have even experienced before. Here's a way to wow them and get them committing to your business even without you having a conversation with them and booking them in after you follow them up. Okay, really important one to remember there. So let's get as many of your crew down on the day, as many of your members down on the day, even if they, for whatever reason, can't participate in the day, get them part of the day in another way. Okay, on the day, a few little things that you're going to need, guys. Sign-in sheets for all participants. We want to get a register of who was part of this. Why do we want to do this? Really simple answer. I'd love to send them a memento. I'd love to give them it might be a certificate that we make up. It might be a token of our appreciation of sorts for participating in the day and saying a big thank you for being part of what we raised for our given charity. Okay. Some of you are drawing a prize drawing a giveaway on the day that you've been marketing for the last few weeks. For those of you who aren't necessarily doing that, this might be a way to kick off and actually do a prize draw on the day. Now, it doesn't need to be a 3 or 6 month membership. You might give away, again, Lydia, Dylan, Chloe. For those of you new looking to build your PT businesses, guys, you might give away some personal training. Really simple one. You've got some new people coming down, give them some personal training. You've got some current members coming down who haven't experienced what PT is before. Here's an opportunity for them to pop their name and number into the draw and potentially win. Okay. Those of you that got a barbecue, make sure you've got a chef. Last thing you want is to rock up with a barbecue and meat and have no one to cook it. Again, members taking collection tins around on the day. Making sure that if you've got stalls on the day where they're going, things are organised there. And then, of course, making sure that you've got someone at point of sign-in that you're collecting their monies for and that we're getting, obviously, collecting our sponsorship dollars. Okay. Of course, to wrap the day up, we want a bit of a thank you speech. So for those of you leading the charge on Saturday or over the next couple of weekends, a thank you speech to acknowledge those that have supported the event. And then most important thing for those who have come on the day who are brand new, making sure that early, and I would suggest this time next week, your first task on a Monday morning will be to touch base with all of those new people that have come down on the weekend and book them in for their trial or book them in for their consultation. Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, really good, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All makes sense. Cool. Is there anything that you wanted to add, mate?
It's funny. Me and Rachel, who are the main people at Burley and Coomera, we're actually in Sydney for Tony Robbins, so it's good for Britt and for the other crew to see this. Like Chloe, who's on this, she's going to be the main person down in Burley for that day. So it's really good, mate. It's like the simple basic stuff, but it's the stuff that we forget. So it's really good, mate. Yep.
Just making sure you got a checklist there that you can tick off. As I say, guys, print these out. I know people will be watching the replay because what we've gone through today is really important and critical for Saturday to run smoothly. Print them out, laminate them. If you've got to give a couple of copies away, so be it. Okay. Dylan, Lydia, Chloe, do you guys have any questions for me? Thanks, Louie, by the way.
Britt's here as well, by the way. So.
And Britt. Hey, Britt, do you have any questions for me?
No, that was good.
Seeing that you'll be in charge?
Yeah.
Look out. Trouble. Anyone else on the call? Does anyone have a question for me with regards to that we've just been through? No? Cool. Just, again, for Dylan, Lydia, Chloe, I know Britt's there as well. Guys, is there anything, or do you guys have any questions for me with regards to, obviously, what we've been through, but how you can incorporate that in your own businesses moving forward? Do you have any questions there as to how you can integrate some of those strategies? I know a little bit of it is checklist stuff for the day itself and prepping an event, but do you guys have any questions with regards to, obviously, what we're doing this week in the lead up to an event? I guess better question, have you guys thought about doing your own event to boost your own profile? You might notice that Brittany is doing the Empowered workshops. So have you guys given any thoughts to maybe doing something along those lines yourselves?
Can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I haven't specifically thought of any, but I do think it's a good idea to incorporate that. We've done the fundraiser event already.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've kind of missed that opportunity in one way, but then I think it's a good idea. Yeah, all the things you're suggesting to try and implement that at a different event. Yep. But yeah, I probably would need to write down a few questions and maybe email them or like message them through.
Sure. We'll catch up for a strategy session later this week.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
To help out. Some of the guys have had them over the last few weeks just for a bit of clarity.
Awesome.
Cool. Guys, can you see how using your live video in different ways can work too? Okay. Can you also see that from a PT perspective? And again, this isn't anything to go against the PLC brand whatsoever. Obviously, from a PLC perspective, we want you to be incredibly successful in your own PT businesses. Can you see how having relationships with local businesses can really help? Can you see how even going down and having a chat and interviewing that and going live and doing things along those lines can really help with your own profiles? And I think that's what we're really looking at here in a social media era where, let's face it, guys, and I know we've done a great session on this in terms of the credibility of your social proof and doing things differently. Going down and chatting with different business owners and interviewing different people. You guys probably noticed that I've been doing a few different interviews. I interviewed a couple of guys from America a few weeks ago. I had an interview with a mindset coach last Friday. It helps to raise your profile because what it allows you to do is get to more people within your network. So let's just touch on this and we'll segue into obviously some more specific work now for those of you just starting your PT businesses. One thing, and look, I'm happy to recap on this, and what we'll do post obviously this week, we'll spend a very short time next week going through the follow-up process and making sure that everyone's got their newbies booked in and they've got their trials booked or PT sessions booked, etc. But what I do want to go back through is maybe a bit more of a basic series around the fundamentals of getting started, and particularly this time of year when you can really make hay while the sun shines, so to speak. It's even getting warmer in Adelaide, so the boys are telling us. So the thing with using live and the thing with using social media is, and guys, as you will have noticed, everyone keeps doing the same thing. How can we and what can we do to show that we're a little bit different, but also to share our message from a different angle? Or to showcase the fact that what we do works, but it's not us saying it all the time. It's actually coming from a different mouth or a different voice. And that's where I know Chloe and Britt, you guys are working with very similar markets. As I said, Lydia will catch up later this week. Dylan, obviously know the market you're working with. Guys, one of the best things that you can do, and great little strategy for you here, is to sit down with people that are in your businesses right now, whether it's members of PLC or your own PT clients, and have a chat with them and record it. And what you'll be able to do now, the key with the success of your lives and the key with the success of your interviews isn't the way that the client responds. The success comes from the quality of the questions that you ask, because at the end of the day, the questions are the answers. That's going to sound really weird to some of you, but I'll explain why. The quality of the questions you ask will draw out the answers that you want your members to give to the bigger audience. If you want to ask them questions about the results that they've achieved, obviously they're going to give a great answer around, well, I've lost this and I've gained this, or I've been able to fit into this and fit into that. I'd encourage you within your interviews to ask questions about the journey and where they started. So start with some pain points and allow the audience members to relate and engage with the interview that way. So little things like, I'm speaking with a member today who used to struggle to roll out of bed. Or I'm speaking with one of my members today, one of my great clients today who, and I did this the other week, started as a short order chef. Or I'm speaking with a client today who was tired, lethargic, and never had any time for herself. Now, with that last one, how many mums are going to say, far out, she's talking about me? All of them. So here's a great way to then take, and again, utilizing your member, your client, take them on a journey, share their story, and go from pain to pleasure. And obviously fill in the pieces along the way in terms of how they felt, what they were doing, and how that made them feel. To what then was the line in the sand moment? What was the tipping point? Okay, we had different terminology for that, but the line in the sand moment or the tipping point. And then what they did from that point on. And obviously engaging you, utilizing. Now, Dylan, for you, this might be a client that says, I jumped into Dylan's drop a dress size project. The drop a dress size project kickstarted this for me, and now I've been a member of Dylan's business, and now I've been a part of Dylan's business for the last 12 years or 12 months. Okay. But it does, guys, I think the big message from me here is that the lives don't have to necessarily come from you all the time. and people will relate. Don't get me wrong, you still want to deliver your lives personally and share your message, but you want that message to be validated. You want that message to be validated by a third party, because there's nothing more powerful than someone else telling everyone else how good you are. Okay, it's one thing jumping on saying, yeah, I'm the best PT business coach in the world, but it's another thing for you guys to do it. They'll look at me and go, yeah, good one, Flog. But they'll look at you guys and go, oh, hang on a sec, why is that? Massive, massive difference. Okay? So I hope that helps with your lives, and hope that helps build your profiles in a different way. Now, some of you won't have done a live interview before. Guess what? The more you grow, the more your business grows. So there are some things even now, I'm not sure whether you've seen, but I also did a couple of weeks ago, I did a Facebook Live challenge for September in the Inner Sanctum. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. Now, in the Inner Sanctum, there is a really cool outline of some different lives that you can do, whether it's interviewing members, whether it's taking people through a guided workout, whether it's taking people on a success story or journey with you with another client, whether it's going live from an event. So PS, come back to the event for a second, guys. Go live at some point on Saturday, okay? And using different ways that you can build your profile and build your status as, or in the way that you wish to be recognized in the industry, okay, as the go-to trainer for this particular market or that particular market or whatever it is that you've chosen, okay? It's absolutely critical now that we look at strategies like this, because it's really our opportunity to show that we're different. It's really our opportunity to stand out from a crowd that is very saturated with a lot that are doing a lot of the same. And guys, don't get me wrong, I look at Facebook ads from fitness businesses every single day of the week, and they're all saying the same thing: free this, free that, join this, no joining fee that. And they try and bombard you with the bottom end price. Anytime Fitness is the best at it. Anytime Fitness are going to want to sell you a $13.95 membership. Guarantee. Look at their next ad. People go, well, you know what? I don't know if I need that or not. But if you can relate to them with it and utilize one of your clients who's done what they want to do, you'll find that you have greater success there. You'll find your marketing is much more powerful, and you'll find that you build the status and the profile you want as the go-to trainer in that market. Okay, so I hope that helps. Guys, do you have any questions for me? Britt, Dylan, Lydia, Chloe, do you guys have any questions about your businesses? I'll open up some time for you guys.
Not so much a business, but I've got a quick question.
Sure.
With fundraiser.
Yes.
What is a good, what's a good pitch to go in for a business and to get help them get the charity?
Okay, look at the big picture here. The big picture is the most important one here, and the big picture is that we as an organisation are looking to raise money for a charity. The credibility that comes with that and the exposure that they will get from being a part of this fundraiser is what you're really selling to them here. Okay, so the exposure, the recognition throughout the local community, the recognition by members of the local community who train at PLC, who will then utilize your business and the products and the services that you have on offer, the opportunity to be potentially a recommended business of your studio or of your business, okay? And also the opportunity to, as I say, cross-promote in time, but utilizing this as a starting point of your business relationship. Okay, so it's really about the bigger picture here and having their name, their business name aligned with raising money for a charity. That's the attraction here. Okay, that's the selling point. Make sense? Cool?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Cool. Anyone else got anything for me? Britt, how are you going in your endeavours?
Yeah, good. I
Go deep, Bo. I was trying to get her to ask questions. So ask all the questions you can, Bo. Get her to say something.
I will. How's everything going? How are you? How are you going since we last spoke?
Yeah, good. I did a promo last night on my Instagram.
Cool.
Just to get some money, which was good. I've got
just to get some money. Okay, that works. No worries. Hey, it's business. It works. Hey, Rob.
My laptop broke, so It is, yeah.
Yeah. So what did you do?
So it was 10 sessions for the price of 5, so $200 for.
Okay, so irresistible offer that way. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd you go?
Yeah, good. I've had 4 or 5 people message me so far.
Yep. So how are you going to follow that? So here's a great one for everyone here on the call today. And again, we'll do a little bit of our basic series next week moving forward. Okay, so how'd you follow them up?
Just fire, because it was an Instagram poll, so just message them all.
Yep, cool. What'd you say in the message? Buy my shit.
No, I said something along the lines of, hey, hope you're having a great night. I saw your response to my Instagram poll. If you were still interested, let me know, and I'd love to give you some more details. And then,
cool. Cool. What's the aim of that message? Let's just do a bit of a recap. What's the aim of our follow-up message to people like that?
Just to like reinforce that you're interested.
Sorry, should show that. You want to get them on the phone. Okay, you want to get them on the phone, you want to have a chat to them, you want to further discuss their health and fitness goals, because there's a reason why they were attracted to your offer in the first place. Okay, so the most important thing here, guys, when we follow up is to make it about them. The more that you make your follow-up and you make that discussion about them, the better. So what a quite fatal mistake a lot of trainers, now not that you've made it, Britt, but a fatal mistake that a lot of other trainers would make is to go, great, well, it's this much and this is where it is and this is that, and not even talk about the client themselves. At the end of the day, you want to know what it is that they want to achieve. You want to know more about who they are and how you're going to help them. And then obviously over the phone, you can seal your deal. You can seal the deal and say, right, here's how it works. Here's the next step. Okay. So again, great job. Make sure when we follow up. So guys, again, big one moving forward from Saturday as well. With new people that come through. If you do have people that put their names down to do 2 free PT sessions, or they enter the prize draw and they don't win, and you go to follow them up, when you give them a call, obviously say congratulations, this is what you've won, but then flick the conversation about them. Okay, look to find out more about them, look to find out what it is they want to achieve, and then book them in for that consult, and away you go. Cool. Who else has got a question for me? Good job. Or Britt, is there anything else from you?
No, that's all.
Lewis is going, ask another question. Chloe, how are you?
I am good. That was actually very helpful with what you just said with Britt about actually going into detail. I hope you can hear me. My internet's not the best from out here.
No, you're right. Loud and clear.
All right, cool. Yeah. About going further into their goals while you have them on the phone instead of just the offer. I really, really got a lot out of that then.
Cool. Okay, so really important here, guys. When we jump on the phone, there's the little 4-question process that we use. First one, you want to find out where they are now. Second one, you want to find out where they're going, so what their goals are. Third one, you want to find out what's stopping them. Okay, what's in the way. Last one, here's how I can help, and here's the next step. We could say there's 5. Yeah, here's how I can help and what's the next step. But let's put that all into the last one. Okay, you're the specialist. You're the one that's prescribing and recommending the best thing for them, which would be to come in, sit down, have a further chat. Let's go through exactly what it is that you want to achieve. Let's take you through a movement assessment, and then let's make sure we prescribe the best program for you. Okay. Awesome. Anyone else got anything for me before I let you all go and enjoy your weeks? Go and print out your checklists, evolve your checklist, or edit your checklists if need be. Get ready for a great weekend. Most importantly, guys, so Britt, Dylan, Lydia, Chloe, all of the PTs out there that are involved in PLC, my biggest piece of advice for this week is this. Get as many new people to this event as you can, because they will become your new clients. Encourage as many of your members to bring a friend along, bring a +1, bring a colleague, a family member, a friend. I don't care who, maybe not the dog because you can't train them, but let's get them bringing buddies, partners, whatever it may be, with them. Grab their details through the sign-in sheet, get them putting their names into prize draws and things like that, and then let's use that as a great way. As I say, guys, when we did this with Luke ended up with 50 brand new leads out of this for his group PT business. Okay, so he had an abundance of people that were there to be followed up and ready for his next challenge, which starts in October. So really, again, my biggest piece of advice to you guys as PTs within the studios, Great way to attract new people this week. Great way to attract new leads. And even more importantly still, this is a great event to leverage yourselves off and to show that you're part of a bigger cause here. To show that it's not all about you. I mean, and let's face it, in the fitness industry, people can be very critical of other people who make it all about them. Guys, this isn't. This is about helping some people who are in desperate need. This is about rallying the troops, rallying the community, and as I say, from your perspective then, showing that you're well and truly in this for the right reasons, because that's the type of trainer people want to work with. Okay? Have a great week, guys. Good luck Saturday. If you have any questions, need anything, shoot me a message. Lydia, if we are not yet friends on Facebook, could you please add me?
Okay.
And then we'll organise a strategy session for later this week sometime.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
Pleasure. For everyone else, enjoy the week. Good luck. Keep me posted with your progress. I'll see you next Monday.
See ya. Bye.
See you guys.